For weeks, it felt like SUI was just waiting, a quiet hum beneath the surface. But in the world of crypto, stillness often precedes the storm. And right now, my friends, the air around SUI is charged with a silent, electrifying energy. We're not talking about a ripple. We're talking about the potential for a genuine market tsunami. A move that could redefine what you thought was possible for this altcoin. What if I told you the charts are whispering, no, actually screaming about a massive shift? A shift that could see SUI's price not just move, but absolutely explode past current resistance and target an incredible $6? Is it a dream? Or is it the unfolding of a meticulously crafted bullish master plan? The signals are aligning and the clock is ticking. In just the last 24 hours, SUI's price surged by a remarkable 9%, reclaiming the critical $3 psychological level to trade at $3.04. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? What's really caught my eye and frankly got my analyst spidey senses tingling is the sheer volume that's poured into SUI. In a single day, trading volume skyrocketed by an astonishing 164% to over $1.53 billion. Think about that for a second. This isn't random noise. This is capital flowing in, big money making moves. Please remember, the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile, and investing in digital assets carries significant risk, including the potential loss of your entire investment. The information discussed in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own thorough research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I am not a financial advisor, and these are my personal observations and analyses. The first, and arguably most compelling piece of this puzzle, is a classic chart pattern that experienced traders know very well, the cup and handle. For those unfamiliar, imagine a teacup. You've got a rounded U-shaped bottom, that's the cup. After the price forms this cup, it then typically experiences a smaller downward sloping or sideways consolidation phase, that's the handle. This pattern is a robust bullish continuation signal. It tells us that after an initial uptrend, the market has undergone a healthy consolidation, the cup shaking out weaker hands, and now a new wave of buying pressure is building, the handle, to propel the price even higher. The depth of the cup on SUI's chart is significant, suggesting the potential for a substantial rally once confirmed. We're talking about a move that, based on the textbook measurements, could translate to a 107% increase from its current price. That's where our target of $6 comes from, a doubling of SUI's value. But here's the critical part. For this pattern to fully validate and unleash its explosive potential, SUI needs to make a strong, confirmed, close above the upper resistance trend line of that handle. We've seen this week's candle move above it, which is honestly pretty exciting, but a strong close is the key to unlocking the gate to $6. This pattern isn't just theoretical, it's a historically reliable indicator in financial markets, including crypto. When you see a well-formed cup and handle, it often signifies that the bulls are consolidating power, gathering their strength for the next major leg up. The handle acts as a final shakeout, testing the market's resolve before the breakout. Now this is where it gets really interesting and where the tension truly builds. Because while the cup and handle is a powerful signal, it's not the only piece of the puzzle. What truly amplifies this bullish thesis, pushing SUI to the edge of an explosive move, are the underlying technical indicators and on-chain metrics that are all screaming the same thing: momentum shift. The RSI has now decisively crossed above the 50 mark. For those new to this, RSI measures the speed and change of price movements. A reading above 50 generally indicates that buying momentum is stronger than selling momentum. This isn't just a slight bump, it's a clear signal that the bears who controlled the price during the handle formation are losing their grip, and the bulls are taking charge. This is a fundamental shift in market sentiment, signaling growing confidence. Next, the average directional index, or ADX. This one might sound a bit complex, but it's crucial. The ADX measures the strength of a trend. When the ADX line is falling, it typically indicates that the current trend, which in our case was the downtrend forming the handle, is losing strength. It's a sign that the selling pressure is diminishing, making it easier for the price to reverse course and initiate a new upward trend. So we have the RSI confirming bullish momentum, and the ADX confirming the weakening of the previous bearish trend. The stars are aligning, right? But wait, this is crypto, and nothing is ever a guaranteed straight shot to the moon. This powerful bullish outlook hinges on one critical condition: SUI must maintain its position above the lower descending channel of that handle. If the price were to fall back below that trend line, the entire bullish cup and handle thesis could be invalidated. This is the knife's edge we're on, the point where the market tests the conviction of both bulls and bears. And speaking of tests, there's a looming event that could throw a wrench into even the most perfect technical setup: the upcoming $123 million SUI token unlock. Token unlocks are double-edged swords. On one hand, they increase the circulating supply, which can naturally create selling pressure as early investors or team members gain access to their vested tokens. A $123 million unlock is not insignificant for a project like SUI. It's a substantial amount of supply entering the market. If these tokens hit exchanges en masse, it could overwhelm current demand and potentially derail this nascent rally. This is a major factor that market participants will be keenly watching, and it introduces a layer of uncertainty and genuine tension to our bullish narrative. Will the demand generated by this cup and handle be strong enough to absorb this fresh supply? Now let's look beyond the charts to the heart of market sentiment, the derivatives market. So, what are the big players, the whales, doing right now? The data from CoinGlass is, honestly, pretty fascinating. We've seen open interest for SUI soar by a massive 16% in just 24 hours, hitting $1.39 billion. So what is open interest? Well, it's the total number of outstanding derivative contracts like futures or perpetual swaps that haven't been settled yet. When open interest rises alongside a rising price, it's a powerful confirmation of a bullish trend. It means new money is flowing into the market, new positions are being opened, and conviction is building. This isn't just casual trading, this is serious capital entering the arena, betting on SUI's upside. And the best part? This increased interest is overwhelmingly coming from the bullish side. How do we know? Well, just look at the funding rate. It's positive and rising. In perpetual futures, a positive funding rate means that long position holders are actually paying short position holders. It indicates that demand for long positions is dominant, pushing the price of the perpetual contract above the spot price. The longs are so confident they're willing to pay a premium to hold their positions. Furthermore, the long to short ratio stands at 1.01. This tells us that for every one short position, there are about 1.01 long positions. While it might seem like a small difference, combined with rising open interest and positive funding rates, it's honestly a clear signal. The market sentiment in derivatives is, well, overwhelmingly bullish. Traders are positioned for an upward move. They really believe in the rally. But this isn't just about speculation, is it? True value often stems from fundamental adoption and utility. This leads us to another critical piece of the puzzle: network activity. According to data from Defalama, SUI's total value locked, or TVL, has surged to $1.842 billion. That's actually its highest point in 3 weeks. TVL represents the total value of assets locked within a blockchain's decentralized finance protocols. A rising TVL is a strong indicator of increasing user engagement, growing trust in the network's security, and expanding utility within its ecosystem. So what this really means is that more users are staking, lending, borrowing, and interacting with applications built on SUI. This kind of organic growth in network activity, it provides a really robust fundamental underpinning to the technical and speculative bullish signals we're observing. What this tells us is that the interest isn't just fleeting, it's actually being driven by real adoption and use cases. So, just to sum it up, we have a classic bullish chart pattern: weakening bearish momentum, strong buying interest confirmed by derivatives, and robust growth in network utility. Honestly, all the pieces are falling into place for something truly significant. Based on the textbook depth of this cup, a successful breakout could propel SUI price to a staggering $6. Think about that for a moment. Doubling your investment from current levels, reaching a new all-time high. This isn't some arbitrary prediction. It's derived directly from the measured move of a highly respected technical pattern. The stars are aligning. The RSI has flipped bullish, showing momentum is firmly in the buyer's court. The ADX signals the previous downtrend is weakening, clearing the path for an ascent. The derivatives market, with its soaring open interest, positive funding rates, and a long-heavy ratio, shows that the big money and smart traders are positioned for exactly this kind of move. And perhaps most importantly, the organic growth in SUI's total value locked is providing the fundamental fuel, the underlying utility, that gives this rally substance beyond just mere speculation. People are actually using SUI, locking their assets, and engaging with its ecosystem. This confluence of factors honestly creates a really compelling narrative for sustained growth. But remember our tension points. While everything looks incredibly promising, we must, maintain vigilance. That critical strong close above the handle's resistance line is absolutely non-negotiable for confirmation. And we cannot ignore the potential impact of that $123 million token unlock. Will the market absorb it? Will the newly unlocked tokens be held? Or will they create a wave of selling pressure? This is the final test, the ultimate hurdle for SUI to clear on its path to $6. So, what's your move? Are you watching SUI with the same intensity I am? Are you prepared for the possibility of this monumental rally? The coming days and weeks will be absolutely critical. Keep a close eye on that handle breakout, monitor the market's reaction to any unlocked news, and always remain informed. Because in this market, understanding the underlying currents is the difference between being swept away and, riding the next massive wave to unprecedented heights. The journey to $6 might just be beginning. Are you ready for the ride?